Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Stephanie and I will be your yoga teacher for today. Today's flow is going to be all about our hips and getting them open. We are going to begin today in Happy Baby. So everybody meet me on your mat in your most beautiful expression of Happy Baby. We start on our backs and feet go up in the air. And then we allow the feet or the knees to drop towards the armpits. It's just a general direction. They may not make it there. You can pull from your shins, you can pull from your ankles, or you can reach for the outside edges of your feet and pull down. Sits bones are on the mat. Both shoulder blades are firmly on the mat. Go ahead and close your eyes here. Beginning to take note of how we feel. Starting in a little different position than normal may make your mind be a little bit fun right now, and that's okay. Take you some deep breaths. Get them all the way down into the belly and fully letting them go. Dropping into our bodies here. Maybe taking some ankle rolls, warming up this body we got. And reverse those circles with the ankles. Very nice. You're going to hug the knees into the chest. Go ahead and give yourself the biggest hug you've given yourself all day long. And go ahead and put your hands on your knees, and we're just going to take some big circles here. So open up the knees. So we're opening up the hips as well. And we're coming back, bringing those knees together, and then into the chest. So let's do these a few times. We will reverse the circle, so don't worry about that. Just getting as open as you can here. And reverse the circle to go the other way. Very nice. These are always one of my favorite things. All right, you can stop with the rolls. So go ahead and interlace your hands. And let's just roll out the wrist while we're here. So we're going to roll them one way and then reverse it. It's going to feel really weird when you reverse it, and that's okay. And then take the hands, prayer position, and then just use all your force to press your hands together here. Pushing through the wrists, maybe pushing those hands forward, getting through the forearms a little bit. And shake them out. Very nice. We're going to rock and roll up. And we're going to come and we're going to plant our hands. And then we're going to kick our feet back into plank. But go ahead. Have some fun. Rocking and rolling. Getting that massage all down that spine. Finding that giant child that lives inside of you. And then plant them hands and step the feet back. Coming into plank. So we're just going to take some rocks here to warm up our core, our shoulders, our wrists, our legs. So let's just go ahead and take 10 rocks forward and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just hold for just a second. And we're going to step the right foot, followed by the left. Hanging here, ragdoll. Grabbing opposite elbows and just swaying left to right. If it feels good for you, you can interlace your hands behind your back, stretch your arms, and then allow them to drop down towards the mat. You can still take that nice sway left or right if you have the interlace. Sending that breath all the way to the belly. Beautiful. Release that interlace of the hands if you had it. We're all going to meet in halfway lifts. So nice long spine, straight legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll root to rise, arms all the way up overhead. And exhale them down through heart center. Very nice. Just pause for just a second. And inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Lower down the knees, the chest, and the chin. Roll forward into cobra. And then everybody's going to meet in a downward facing dog. Very nice. Once you get here, go ahead and pedal out your feet. It's our first one for the day, so I like to get us a little bit warmed up before we start moving. So just go back and forth between the feet, or you can oscillate the heels to the right. Get that stretch all down the left side body. This is so nice. And of course, if you do that, we need to take those feet over to the left, getting down that right side body now. Whatever you choose here in your down dog, make sure it feels good for you. So now we're going to take 3-leg dog. So go ahead and raise your right foot up towards the sky. And we're going to take some hip circles. So you have options here. You can bend the knee and take a circle, or you can leave your legs straight and take the circle. Whichever one you choose, we're going to do 3 of them. And we're going to meet back in our 3-leg dog. Roll forward. Bring that knee to the outside edge of that elbow on the right side. Hold here for just a second. And then we're going to step that right foot beside that right hand. Lower down that left knee. Coming in for lizard here. So you're already going to feel this opening in the right hip. If you want a little more, you can take the right hand, press gently on that right thigh, keeping that right foot firmly on the mat. And if you want a little more, you can go ahead and come on down to your forearms. Really getting into the hips here. And of course, we talk about that directional breathing. Right now, we should be sending that love to that right hip. It's surely screaming at us, saying, pay attention to me. Send me love. Send me oxygen. Just breathe. And very slowly, we're going to walk back up, frame or plant the hands, and then we're just going to step back into our downward facing dog. Maybe take the hips to the right and to the left again. You're going to like that because it's going to feel good through them hips. And we are going to vinyasa. So roll forward plank. Push forward, chaturanga. Lower down and push back up. Upward facing dog. And everybody meets in downward dog. Beautiful. Take 3-leg dog on another side. So go ahead and lift the left leg up towards the sky. And we're going to do the hip circles. So, of course, bending the knee, taking the circles. Great. Otherwise, keep the legs straight. And we are going to do them one way. And then we'll go the other way. Beautiful. And once you get done with them hip circles, go ahead and bring that right or left elbow to the outside of the left. I said that all wrong. The left knee to the outside of the left elbow. Hold. And step it beside that left hand. Lower down that right knee. And if you took that press, go ahead and take it here before we come down to our forearms. Or we just stay in the middle, whichever feels best for you. As always, dropping the pose. We're not worrying what it looks like. We are all about what it feels like to us. And if you want, go ahead and come down to those forearms. And we breathe. Direct that breath. My left hip is not happy with me right now in this, and that's okay. And very slowly, we pillow ourselves up. And we tuck those right toes and we send that left leg back, downward dog. And of course, oscillate them feet to the left and to the right. It'll feel good in your hips. Okay, back to center. We roll forward. We got to take our vinyasa. Roll forward. Come up into chaturanga, upward dog. Everybody meets back, downward dog. Go ahead and take you a couple deep breaths here. Pressing through the shoulders, finding some stillness in our down dog here. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. And roll forward, knee to nose. Maybe give that knee a kiss before you step it in between the hands. Pivot on that left foot and allow your inhale to rise you up into our warrior two. So, a lot of people don't think this is much of a hip opener, but it is. We have to open this right leg and this right hip up to get into this position. So just breathe here. This also pulls really good at the hip flexor on the opposite side. We really love warrior two. It's a great overall pose. Just breathing. On our next exhale, we're going to come down into extended side angle. So this right hand plants beside that right foot. Left arm goes up towards the sky. Maybe sink in a little deeper on that right hip. We are never going to make this ankle or this knee splay over the ankle. Good way to do this would be to make sure that your leg is in line with that with that hand, to make sure that it's parallel and not going too far forward. Very nice. We're going to drop down, Skandasana. Right side here. Feeling into these hips. Hands can be at heart center or they can be on the mat if you need the support. Breathe. I haven't done this in a while. We're going to try to do hands free into goddess here. So this foot is already pointed towards that mat. So when I put my left foot down, I'm going to point it towards that side of my mat, and then I'm going to come up through goddess here, okay? So, of course, making sure that the ankle is under this knee, okay? We don't want to see this. I want it parallel or see how far you can fall or in. Hope that makes sense. Arms in cactus. We have a yoga group on Facebook, and we did this pose Saturday. So we really went through it, figured out what we do wrong, what we do right, and how to come into this safely. It's such a good, powerful, strong stance for us. All right, we're going to do two things. First thing, right knee, right elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Okay, let's just do 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Take the hands to the knees. Drop that right shoulder down. A little bit of a deeper stretch here. And other side, drop that left shoulder down. And right shoulder. Using those hands to press against those knees or those thighs to open those hips up. And left shoulder down. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring those hands to heart center. And we're dropping down left side. Skandasana. Very nice. Breathe. And smile. We are happy yogis here. So of course, we're going to come around extended side angle, left side. So my left hand plants beside this left foot. Right foot's oscillated already, or pivoted. And send that right hand up towards the sky. Breathe. Smile. And allow your next inhale to bring you up to warrior 2. Very nice. Breathe. Windmill those arms to frame that foot and step it back into downward dog. Let's take one more vinyasa. So let's roll forward plank. Lower down chaturanga. Push up, upward facing dog. Everybody meets back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a few deep breaths here. I'm going to roll forward into plank. And then we're going to come into pigeon. So we're going to bring the right knee to the right wrist. Keep the foot active. Active foot here. If you need a pillow or a block, put it under this right hip. If you need this, this is where it will go. And a block can go there too. All right, we're going to sit up nice and tall, keeping that right foot very active. And slowly, go ahead and come on down. Maybe to your forearms, maybe right here is enough. Find your edge and meet it there. And breathe. Ever so slowly, begin to peel yourself back up. If you have the block or the blanket under that right hip, go ahead and move it out of your way and plant those hands, and we're going to step back, plank. Maybe shift forwards and backwards if that feels good for you. Otherwise, we're just going to bring that left knee to the left wrist. Active foot. Same things on this side. If you use the block or the blanket on the right, I challenge you to use it on this side. Active foot. We're not allowing this foot to go weak, okay? Keeping active and strong. Sit up nice and tall. And slowly find that edge and come onto it and meet it there. Very gently begin to peel yourself back up out of this. And plant those hands and step that left foot back into our plank. Very nice. Go ahead, take the feet to the outside edges of the mat, and then we're going to walk our hands back, drop our booties down, come into our yogi squat. Best hip opener ever. Take those elbows against the knees, hands at heart center to help you deepen those hips. This is definitely one of my favorite positions. I know I talk about it often. I could do a lot of stuff here though. If you don't have a blanket or pillows near you, we're going to come into frog. So if you have bad knees, go and pause me or grab it real fast. I'll move here slowly. But we are coming into frog. And I personally love the blanket while I'm in frog. So go ahead and do what makes you happy and what feels good for you. And once we're here, you got it. We are spreading these legs as wide as we can, shimmying, feeling that, and then taking the legs out, feet active. And this is basically like goddess, but we are on the floor. So once you get here, same thing as pigeon, just find where it is that feels good for you and meet yourself there. Maybe close your eyes, get a little comfy here. Finding what feels good. As always, I should say there should be no stabbing or shooting pains here. A little bit of slight discomfort is normal, but no stabbing, no shooting. And slow as ever, we're going to come out of this position. We're going to come into box splits. If you don't like doing box splits, you could just take a wide-legged seat. And if you want to try out the box splits, however, we're going to take these feet out, and then we're just going to allow them to come to their edge here. This is going to feel way different. Keeping those feet on the ground. And wherever you are here, same thing. Just find the edge and meet it there. Maybe smiling, congratulating yourself on where you are, working on this body of yours. Promise I will not keep us here long. Out of the head, into the body. So nice. Go ahead and sit back. Told you wouldn't be there long. And go ahead and bring those feet to touch. We're coming in for cobbler. If you like to sit on a block, please go ahead and grab your block to sit on, or you could roll the blanket up and sit on it. Just going to grow nice and tall here through the spine, and exhale, fold. Trying to keep that spine as nice and long as possible, not rounding through it. More focused on pulling through the hips and stretching them out. And with ease, peel yourself up, put the legs together, and we're going to meet in shavasana. So send the legs out long, tuck those shoulder blades under, palms face up, and close those eyes down. Acknowledging those hips, giving thanks, and letting that breath return back to its natural ebb and flow. You can slowly bring some awareness back to the body. Circling the wrists, maybe taking a big stretch overhead. And we're going to roll over onto one side. And we'll pause there for just a second before we push up into our seated cobbler position. Sit up nice and tall. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this practice, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.